Hi friends, welcome back to Socially Distant. Yes, you guessed it, it's Brian Noonan. I'm girding my loins for a trip into the hot zone today. Yes, it's time for my weekly run to the grocery store, and my mom called and needs some things, so the car's loaded with gloves, wipes, and improvised masks. I never knew that a bright green bandana would come in so handy. I was going to try something new this morning and order groceries online for curbside pickup. Sounded very easy. So after going through the Sam's Club and Walmart websites, loading my virtual cart with things that were only in stock because I didn't want to gum up the works, and then getting ready to excitedly click the checkout button, I was greeted with the horrible news that, there are no pickups available for over a week. What? Now I have to go in? Yes, I know these are first world problems, but now I have to stand in line with the unwashed masses, run through the stores like I've stolen everything in my basket, and try not to have a stress-induced heart attack or stroke. Wish me luck. I'm sure I'm going to have some stories. All right, last Friday, Illinois joined a growing list of states that have closed schools for in-person learning for the rest of the academic year. Now, at first blush, you'd think this was great news for school kids everywhere. Thinking back, I would have loved finding out that my school year had been shortened by a few months. To say my scholastic career was less than stellar would be a great understatement. Now, I enjoyed my classmates and teachers, and who didn't love a good hot dog day? But it was that pesky homework and studying that I wasn't down with. If I had $1 for every time my parents or I were told that I wasn't living up to my potential, well, let's just say I'd have a lot of dollars. My opinion on this has changed, though. Not because I've embraced spending hours conjugating verbs in Latin or cramming for a test and realizing that maybe I should have paid a little attention while I was in class, but because for the past few years, I've been a substitute teacher on days when I'm not cracking wise on the radio or slinging jokes at a bowling alley or bar somewhere in America. For reference, my parents were both educators. My dad was a principal and my mom was an elementary school teacher, so I have a unique perspective, I guess, on what it's like to be a teacher. I've spent the majority of my time subbing at one school in a racially and economically diverse district. There are a lot of students who come from families that are struggling economically. Now, I tell you this because for many of us, school was just a place to go for 7 hours, and then we could run home to a secure environment where we knew all our needs would be met. This isn't the case for all students. No. A lot of students are a little worried about this. And a couple years ago, right before summer break, our principal said something that stuck with me. He said that while teachers and some of the students were really looking forward to summer break, there were a lot of kids who were very anxious about it. Because for them, school represented stability, safety, and a place to get something to eat. It's true. All across this country, schools are a place where kids can get breakfast and lunch, which for some may be the only food that they're sure they're going to get every day. It's also where they feel safe because of routines, teachers that care about them, and friends that they trust. Now, the school buildings may be closed, but the learning hasn't stopped thanks to all the dedicated teachers and staff members who learned the other day that they won't be able to see their students again. For friends of mine who teach 5th grade, this was really sad news because their kids are moving on to middle school. Some families are going to move, and so those teachers will never see those kids again. They'll be gone forever. And the sadness that these teachers are feeling goes to show how much they do care about their students. Yes, even those teachers that you thought were mean when you were a kid, they cared about you. They continue to plan, they're carrying out their lessons. Districts are working to bridge technology gaps so all students can still have access to education during this time. Teachers are finding ways to connect and comfort their students while hiding their own anxiety and sadness. Yesterday was really cool. I had the chance to join a classroom Zoom meeting. Now, this is a class that I've been in many times, made up of a small group of students with special needs. It was great seeing them in their houses, smiling, laughing, and the reaction that they gave their teacher, to each other, and yes, even Mr. Noonan, warmed this cold, dead heart. And these meetings, they're not just for teachers to tell their kids what to do. They're ways for them to really connect and strengthen the bonds and help these children and the teachers thrive. My hope is that during this, parents who might not completely value the jobs that teachers do have an epiphany. Trust me, having your kids around and trying to do fourth grade math when you haven't done it in a while is a great way to spur an epiphany. It's not easy teaching your children, but teachers do it willingly, lovingly, and with passion. If you know a teacher, thank them. And next time you hear someone complain about a proposed teacher salary increase with the lame excuse like, well, they get the whole summer off, why should we pay them? Tell them to shut up and vote yes. All right, I'm going to go put my head on my desk and think about what I've done. Then I'm going to thank an English teacher, or all my English teachers, for helping me learn to write. Then it's time to head out into the COVID-ravaged countryside and forage for supplies. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, stay home, stay grateful, and as always, stay socially distant. Bye.